Hello everyone and welcome to Battle Babes, the bi-weekly D&D live stream. I was about to say podcast, but we're not a podcast yet. We will be a podcast, but not right now. The D&D live stream every other week. The queer wonders of the Battle Babes. We'll be getting into the show very shortly, but first, before we get there, we want to let you know whether or not this is the space for you to be hanging out. So, the very first thing we want to do is acknowledge the traditional land that we are on. All of us who are playing right now are on the land of the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, the Chippewa, the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, the Huron-Wendat, the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Chippewa people. We also stand very strongly with both the Land Back movement, Stop Asian American Hate, the Black Lives Matter movement. We stand very strongly with our Palestinian and Colombian siblings around the world. And if those things are not things that you agree with, you can get the fuck out of here. We are not here to educate you. We really recommend that you go and do your education yourself. But we are a safe space for queer people to come here and celebrate. So get the fuck off our channel. I hope you have a horrible day. All of that being said, let's get right into the storyline, and we are going to go right along to Robbie's recap.
Review shirt on for continuity, so let's review episode 2 of the Battle Babes.
Into like visual descriptions, right?
Correct. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't do mine.
The Battle Babes came after the institution of marriage. They went to Tessa D'Ancre's atelier where she made dresses, and Mysterium Jones, through charm and literal charm spell, Lucky was basically put forward as a bride, and they managed to get Tessa D'Ancre alone, aware of the Ten She's not exactly okay with them, but she's known him since they were kids. She's known that they were going to be married. She gave the Battle Babes access to that condo and questioned their ability. I too am questioning the Battle Babes' ability to take care of the issue at this point. Kai and Cyan ended up finding out that Etienne's not actually the heir to the House of the Star, has been listed as part of the San Cyprian revitalization project. With the key card to Etienne's condo, it looked like it wasn't actually really lived in. Cyan was very, very keen on finding a hidden safe, and Kai was very keen on trying to fix up the place after the rest of the babes tossed the art class. Eventually, Kai and Rin decided to come clean about what was actually going on, that it wasn't actually an art class. Next stop, Etienne's shag pad. To gather more information, maybe in reality just to toss another rich bastard's apartment. Stay tuned to find out.
22 gods, 4 districts, 1 city unlike any other in the world. Welcome to San Cyprian, the divine city. Here, creatures and races, both magical and mundane, cavort with the descendants of 22 gods that represent the most mysterious aspects of the human psyche. Each family passes down its powers for generations, with its own interests and motivations, each vying for supremacy with little thought for the mortals beneath them. Maybe it's time for the mortals to rise up against the gods.
Alright, you're live in 5, 4, 3, 2...
Hello, I am DM MJ. Welcome to Battle Babes. So thrilled to have you back. Absolutely. I'm just so excited to get into this session. I feel like shit's gonna go down. So just a nice little warning for my players. I'm DM MJ, the Dungeon Master for Battle Babes. I am a generic looking white guy with a long white boy face. My hair is like ridiculous. My hair just gets stupid curly in the summer, so dark brown and just like mad curls. I've got Chaos Goose in the background as usual, who's a ceramic goose head coming out of a mug. I am wearing a white t-shirt, and that t-shirt reads, and I quote, I watched the Montero video by Lil Nas X, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt, and now I'm also gay and love Satan. So that's me. Why don't I toss it on over to Alec?
Hi, I'm Alex. I am playing Kai tonight. Well, every night. I am sitting here today with a lot of blue stuff on my face. My whole face is contoured and the eyes are in blue. I have a single long black lash on my left side, and on my right side I have a blue eye patch. My hair is short and blue. I've got black headphones, a jacket that has clouds on it, which is also blue, and a blue t-shirt and a black choker. So a lot of blue. And that's me.
How about Robin?
Hi, I'm Robin, and today I'm sitting in front of a trans flag, and I've got my hair is actually purple. It doesn't look purple, anyways. I'm also wearing large black headphones, and I have a black T-shirt with the sleeves cut off, and there's a root that I painted on this many years ago. But that's what I look like tonight.
Let's go on over to Eli.
Yes, hi folks. My name is Eli, aka Dank Sinatra. I use they, them pronouns. I play Mysterium in this game. I am currently wearing a black kerchief with a little white patterning, a bunch of necklaces, a patterned shirt that's got little people on streetlights on it, and I have sort of short black blunt cut bangs and a mess of a COVID haircut in the back. I am sitting beside a pretty nondescript bookshelf in front of some little shelving and a door. It's pretty, sort of like beigey white tones. Not much to add. There you go.
Party in the front, COVID hair in the back. Let's go over to Caitlin next.
Hello. So Caitlin or Babia, I use they, them pronouns, and I am a light-skinned, mixed-race Asian and white non-binary person with a red mullet. I put on a bunch of pink makeup, but you can't see it because then I put glasses on. And I have a black sweater on in front of a wall filled with many pictures, mostly of naked people.
Last but certainly not least, our recap master, Robbie.
Hello, darlings. My name is Robbie. I will be playing Lucky. I use all pronouns. I am sitting in my office space wearing a red shirt with a big fat white cat on it and the word kawaii above it in Japanese script. I am a Mediterranean person. My head is shaved, but it's starting to grow out, so it's like very soft and fluffy. I am also a member of Team Black Headphones, except the left headphone is lifted a bit, so you can see a 20-sided die earring. I am wearing rectangular framed glasses, and in the background is a shelving unit with a fake plant and a wooden horse being ridden by a plush octopus.
I think that is it. Alex, do we have any other housekeeping? All right, you know what? Let's jump in. Let's play some D&D. So we are going to get to session 3 of Battle Babes. A campaign visit to San Cyprian General Hospital by City Council Speaker Rosa Austero was marred by protesters criticizing her stance on immigration and her platform of economic austerity. Activists claim that Austero's economic policies would gut an already inadequate healthcare system. That was your hourly news, and this is DJ Meza on Sage 101.5, bringing you the hottest tracks on this beautiful evening in the world's greatest city. So, last that we left off, you had all just finished with your not quite live model session with Imre. So Etienne's most recent puppy dog crush. Imre had let you know that he knew the location of this so-called shag pad of Etienne's, who is the missing son of the god the Star. And so currently you are all sort of packing your things up. You are in the green room of ecstasy, a nice little I guess a change room in a performance space venue. And so that's where we will start. I guess actually you had packed up, you'd gone out onto the street. Kai had grabbed a lift with not necessarily Lyft TM, but a ride share with Danny and Imre, and the rest of you are in the big old van driving your way across San Cyprian. So yeah, was there anything anybody wanted to do on the way? Do we want to arrive? Certainly, Kai, you could have a conversation with Danny and Imre if you wanted to, but otherwise we will...
I think I would like to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to... I'm going to look at Imre, and I'm going to ask about the aura that he saw on us, and I'm going to say, so I noticed you were looking not directly at a couple of us, but you were looking around us. Just want to know why and what's so interesting about the three of us.
I don't know. It's kind of strange. I mean, I didn't really think that I had any magic in my family, and I can't really do anything. I can, I see things differently. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I can see like arcane energy, I guess. It's sort of like an aura around magical things and creatures. But I mean, it's not exactly that. It's hard to explain. It's almost like seeing things in metaphors, but even that really doesn't do it justice. So yeah.
Basically, you can tell who's a spellcaster.
Yeah, I can see kind of what's going on around you and your friends, the construct, right?
Yeah, Lucky.
And then the other one, the kind of loud one?
Mysterium, yeah, the loud one.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I could tell that all three of you, I mean, in San Cyprian, there's a lot of magic, and so there's usually a lot of interference that I can just kind of drown out, but I could definitely tell when I walked in. Yeah.
Okay. Kai's relieved by that answer.
Okay, good.
Great.
Yeah, and so you drive across. It's a little bit of a foggy night, but things are starting to clear up. It's about like let's say 9 p.m. at this point by the time you get over to the area that Imre directs you. So the rideshare drops the three of you off on a little residential street corner, and then this big clunking loading truck sort of drives up to the street as well. And yeah, I guess maybe all 3 or 4 of you could have packed yourself into the front carriage, but otherwise at least one of you climbs out of the back. So Etienne's love pad, or shag pad, I should say, is on a quiet, mostly residential street. Other than an old bodega and an Indian curry place over around the corner. The triplex building is at the end of a row of 3-level apartments, each separate Italianate building colorfully painted, ornate cornices, big slanted bay windows, and classic columns, all done in white to offset the colors. Very, very like iconic San Cyprian, like sort of bright, beautiful, like Victorian Italianate houses. The main entrance has a big wrought iron gate on it, and is outfitted with a heavy-duty modern lock. And so yeah, Imre and Danny are sort of Imre climbs out of the vehicle. He sort of points to the place, but they sort of are hanging back. Imre looks a little bit nervous.
Whoa, the shag pad is a whole house?
Imre says, no, it's actually just the third floor apartment.
Oh. Still cool.
Let's try to get it in.
Are you all right, Imre? You look uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been back since the last time I saw Etienne. I would kind of like to just hang out here with Danny, if that's okay.
That's fine. Are you sure we're going to be able to get in?
I mean, I don't really know. Can you folks get in?
We'll find out.
Lucky wants to do an insight to see if whether how truthful it's being.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
I rolled a 9, so that brings my total to 12.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you can know, he just looks uncomfortable. You don't pick up on anything like that he seems to be hiding anything or anything malicious. Again, humans and humanoids are weird, but you are at least pretty sure that he's not trying to like pull one over on you.
Do not worry, Imre. we will do our very best to find Etienne and make sure that Etienne is safe.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm happy to help in any way I can.
Should we?
How high up is the, like, is it an actual like story, or is it like a split level situation?
It's a 3-level building, 3-story building. So you would guess that Etienne's apartment, if it's up on the 3rd floor, probably about like maybe a little more than 20 feet up in the air.
And what does the front entrance look like? Or
so the front entrance, so you can see there's like a little sort of a like bay window sort of deal on the front of the building that kind of is mirrored on the 2nd and 3rd levels. So the main entrance to the building, at least as far as you can tell, it's just sort of a normal doorway. But this is the thing I love about San Francisco architecture stuff. It's kind of got like a really, really big old wrought iron fence that sort of locks to the sort of main, like to the actual entrance door. So yeah, that one's a big heavy duty lock.
Can it be unlocked from the inside? So if someone can get in, can we unlock?
Yeah, you would guess that the big wrought iron thing probably has some sort of latch on the inside for people heading out.
Can we see if there are any other entrances?
Yeah, roll me an investigation check, Mysterium.
I will. Let's see. Investigation. I rolled a 15.
15, not too bad at all. So yeah, Mysterium kind of begins to do a little bit of sleuthing. I'm assuming sort of like scratching the chin, walks around the side of the building. So it's at the end of a row of housing, and so there's an alley between that and the next set of buildings. And so in the alley off the side of the building, there's an old fire escape. The ladder to the 2nd level is about 10 feet off of the ground, but if you were at least able to get up to it, you'd be able to sort of push it down to let everybody else up. Just a really, really old fire escape. Just like lots of rusted metal. There are old fire escape doors leading into the apartments on the 2nd and 3rd level.
Would you call the weight of pulling down the fire escape less than 5 pounds?
No, probably not. Probably not. But I really wish it was, because that would be an ingenious use of Mage Hand. So
I won't use Mage Hand yet.
I want to try to like vault myself over the gate.
Oh, Lucky can help at this.
Okay.
So like seeing Rin preparing to like just give her
like acrobatics, so I want to like swing myself a weird way because it's a wrought iron gate, so I'm like want to like jump and like grab and like do a thing.
So
absolutely.
before they're able to take off, they feel Lucky's hand on their back, and Lucky's like, don't worry, I believe in you. Lucky's gonna cast jump on them before they take off. So now, movement-wise, your jump distance is tripled.
Oh, I'm gonna go so far. So I got a 19 for acrobatic.
Fantastic.
Is there a possibility with jump that I can just like get all the way up?
Oh
there?
my God, no, absolutely. Yeah, you literally, like, all you have to do really is just leap up. You kind of kick off the side of the building, and you're literally like almost at the top of the ladder with the power that Lucky gave you. As you all watch Rin sort of climbing up the side, there's suddenly a scuffling and a quiet banging coming from somewhere a little bit further down the alley.
Fuck. I'm gonna go after the alley sound. Does anyone want to come with?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think I want to come with.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
let's go.
So Cyan and Kai go to investigate. You head down the alleyways. It's pretty dark and shadowy. There's no real lights back here other than just the ambient city light. But you sort of go a little bit further. You see that there's beside a dumpster, there's a few old metal trash cans. The lids are pushed off. One of them is kind of shaking as if there's something moving around inside.
I'll open it. I'm just gonna open it.
Roll me a dexterity savings throw.
Awesome. Would you actually, For my sake, because my character sheet just completely deleted, so I'm trying to get it back manually. Can we start with Rin?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that scene. I'm sorry.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So Rin, what would you like to do?
Can I like open the window?
So there's not really access to any windows. There's the only thing that there really is on this side of the building is just like the fire escape doors. Otherwise, it's just sort of the kind of siding of the building.
But there's a door to the third floor?
There is a door to the third floor.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Sweet, even better.
Yeah, so what would you like to do?
What is trying to pick a lock? Is that sleight of hand?
It is sleight of hand, actually. Yeah, absolutely. And if you have, I'm pretty sure you have. Do you have a lock picking set?
I have thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools. Perfect. Yeah, excellent. So you're going to roll me sleight of hand at advantage.
21.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So I was going to say roll me. You can roll at roll at advantage just to see if you get a crit success.
Yes, I did.
Oh my God, you got a crit success. That's hilarious.
What happens?
Yeah. So so roll me a 1 second. What are you going to roll me? You are going to roll me a a strength saving throw, actually.
Oh, boo, the one I don't have good stuff in. Fine. Wait, where do I get to the saving?
Saving throws should be either, I think on your character sheets, it should be above or somewhere around the ability scores. So, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 5.
Okay. So you sort of lean down, you take out your thieves' tools, you take out looking at this lock, exactly the tools you need. You just slide it in. Within seconds, you have the door. You hear a click, and then you hear something else. It's sort of a high whining, like something that's charging up, and then all of a sudden, a line of strong wind blasts out from the door and throws you off of the fire escape. I would like you to make me a dexterity savings throw.
I did. You got an 11.
You got an 11.
My good roll.
So you start to fall down. You're sort of like scrambling to grab at basically anything. You start falling, and your hand reaches out and grabs the side of the second floor of the fire escape, and you go slamming against it. So you are going to take 5 bludgeoning damage as you sort of slam into the next level down of the fire escape. But you're able to hold on, and you climb yourself up. Ribs are feeling a little bit bruised from the tumble. You're otherwise okay, other than your pride.
Lucky it's very panicked underneath, like.
Let's go back to Kai and Cyan. No, we're not going to go back to Kai and Cyan. So that's where you left off.
Are the other two going to join me on the other side?
What's that?
Are the other two going to join me on the other side of the fence?
They're still down below. Like you haven't put the ladder down yet, so they're still just waiting for you.
I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah. You sort of clamber up and crawl over to the ladder, and you just like find the latch, unlatch it, and the ladder just goes sliding down. So it's only about like 5 feet or like a couple feet off of the ground now.
Okay, let's scramble up that ladder.
Yeah,
you scramble up that ladder. Kai and Cyan, how are you two doing?
Doing great.
Doing great. Roll me a dexterity savings check.
Hell yeah, I will. Gonna roll it with physical dice.
Yeah, do it.
I hate that. That's an 8.
That is an 8. So let me put on some appropriate music for this. Bum, bum, bum.
And they got eaten by rats.
Like, we have to fight a raccoon. Like, what's gonna happen?
I'm down to fight a raccoon.
Oh my God, that was very loud. 1 second, I'm gonna turn that music down. Intense synthwave music. So, a small furry cannonball sails out of the trash can. A small chubby masked masked, dexterous mammal lands on the ground a couple of feet away. A raccoon.
It's a raccoon!
It turns and bares its teeth at you.
Can
And
we
suddenly
get a raccoon friend? Get the raccoon
Suddenly,
friend.
a couple pieces of scrap metal go flying out of the trash can. Looks like old tools or pieces of machinery. They volley out of the trash can and land beside the raccoon, who manages to catch one of them. You watch as the raccoon begins tucking the metal pieces into a little satchel that's on it seems to be wearing on its side.
Oh my god.
Does the raccoon look at us at all?
It's bared its teeth at you, and it's sort of giving you suspicious glances.
Okay, I want to cast prestidigitation to make one of those metal pieces like really far away behind it.
So prestidigitation is more like minor things. Do you have any illusion spells? Is that what you meant?
Or you could use your mage hand.
I want my mage hand to be a piece of metal.
No, you could very easily pick up one of the pieces. This could be the first time you use mage hand.
True. Okay, yeah, my mage hand is gonna pick up one of the pieces and throw it far away so that the raccoon gets distracted and we can leave.
So you just hear a and so a second raccoon climbs out of the trash can. The other one sort of goes running off after the piece of metal, and you almost get the sense that it's swearing at you, although it's not actually saying words. So the second raccoon climbs to the lid of the trash can and hops down to the ground and sort of runs after the other. It picks up the screwdriver that the other one had dropped and tucks it into another little satchel. The first raccoon shoots you all an annoyed glance as the two raccoons waddle down the alley and back to the street.
Okay, I yell at the raccoon. We mean you no harm.
I feel like that's gonna make it so much worse.
One of them just glances over its little furry raccoon shoulder, and you almost get the sense that it's giving you a fuck you look. And then the two raccoons just dart around the corner and they're gone.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go look at what's in that trash can.
Trash seems to be like there's like an old air conditioner in there that they seem to have been picking apart, but other than that, it's just like pieces of crap. There's some scum at the bottom. Yeah, it's just a completely mundane trash can.
Can I still do an Arcana check?
Yeah, totally.
Or
roll me Arcana.
Yeah, okay, I'll do an Arcana because it's higher.
Yeah. And what are you like? What are you
I hate this dice.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm looking for magic.
Magic? Yeah, absolutely.
I'm casting detect magic without having the spell, basically.
Sure.
That is a 6.
Yeah, that was weird. That was real weird. It's really, really weird.
Damn it.
I mean, you've seen raccoons before. This is these raccoons were like wearing things, and they seemed to be like doing something, but you have no idea what.
Well, that was weird. Do you think that meant anything, or should we just go back?
I think we should just go back.
Okay.
So you two head back around, and the rest are all climbing up. Like Rin is already back to the top of the fire escape, and the rest are just climbing up. So easy enough. You're all able to get up the ladder without any problems. Rin, you are now back at the top.
I am. Let's go inside this door.
Yep. So Rin cracks a door open. It's unlocked. It seemed like whatever magic protection that caused that spell to happen has since faded away. That would be a good time to actually have my notes open. So,
can I do a quick perception? Actually, just
absolutely.
Poke my head in and be like, check the place out.
Yeah, 100%. Roll me a perception.
4.
Oh my god. So yeah, you poke your head in. It sounds pretty quiet. Yeah, I mean you can hear the noise of your friends kind of climbing up the side of the fire escape, the side of the building. But other than that, no, it seems like it's pretty quiet. So you sort of push in. The fire escape leads into just a small kitchenette, just a kind of a couple counters, a sink. A normal sort of an old fridge, small kitchenette, but very well decorated, very homey looking. Inside Etienne's apartment is a studio, not too different from any other you've been in. Sure, the furniture's a little bit nicer and the art on the walls is professionally framed, but there's a sort of shabby, cramped hominess. While the apartment is almost all one big room, it's in a U shape, so the kitchen and bedroom are separated by a dividing wall. The apartment is clean-ish, but not not tidy. It's very, very lived in. In the living room and bedroom, you can see small, unorganized piles of books and what look like little plastic squares almost. Little sheets of plastic squares. But again, it's all in darkness. Who has dark vision, by the way?
I do.
Kai does. Yeah, Cyan does. Mysterium, no. Lucky, no.
Yes, I do.
You do? Yeah. So the three of you have no problem as you sort of peer into the apartment. You have no problem seeing just a sort of ambient light from the city. Dark vision means that you're just seeing in gray tones, but yeah, you have no problem seeing. The other two, like, you can't see very much. Just looks like piles of shadows.
Hey, Mysterium. You go to that university, right?
I did. Yeah, no, I did.
You totally do?
I went.
Awesome.
Past
Okay. Past tense, right, sorry. Do you, so you're like book smart. Do you want to like look through the books and see if
I'll take a look through those books. Let's see what I can find.
Remembering what happened last time, Lucky has already begun like taking paintings off the wall to like check for safes and such.
Kai's still gonna follow behind and put everything back afterwards.
Yeah. So again, Mysterium, it's dark. You're having trouble seeing.
Can I turn the lights on?
You sure can.
Okay, can I do that first before I go?
Yep. Lights are on. So yeah, like in like lit up the room, it definitely looks for one thing like the complete opposite of the condo that you'd visited earlier. It actually looks lived in. There's like piles of books, mostly art books, a lot of photography books, and but also just like regular, like, you know, like fiction. A lot of queer theory. But yeah, and the little piles of like little white squares are actually piles of Polaroids.
Can I do would I do an investigation check on those Polaroids?
Yeah. Did you want to pick some up, start looking through them?
Yeah, let's see what we can see.
I would like for you to roll me a wisdom savings throw.
Okay, I'll try. Let's see, I got 13.
So, Mysterium, as you pick the Polaroid up, you feel it's almost like a magic spell starts to sort of course through your body, specifically up to your mind. But it's very, very, very almost soft, you would describe it as, and definitely is originating from holding the Polaroid. But you're able to sort of like focus and control it. So this kind of sensory experience doesn't overload. But now you feel that you kind of have like a spell at your fingertips almost by holding this Polaroid that you could access.
Oh, how would I go about accessing?
All you would do is sort of let this like sensory experience kind of flow over you.
Can I tell everyone, hey, I found these things. This thing is happening. I'm going to try it out. Watch out. We'll see what happens. And I want to try it.
All right.
Let's
so the little piles of Polaroids that you'd all been sort of poking through reveal that Etienne is an amateur pornographer, or an amateur photographer who really likes taking erotic nudes. There are several piles of Polaroids scattered throughout the surfaces in the living and bedroom, clearly depicting hookups in progress. The photographer seems to like sort of isolating different body parts, kind of like some are lips, some are jaw lines, a hint of pubic hair, a dick, an ass, the arch of a back. Although at the top of the piles, one model is dominating in the sense of there's a lot of pictures of him, not dominating. I mean, maybe. He's white, pale, and slim, but like the other photographs, you don't really get a glimpse of his face, but you're pretty safe in guessing it's probably Imre. Mysterium, as you sort of let this sensory experience flow over you, a flood of images washes over you. You're in the same apartment, but there's a violet tinge to everything, and you can definitely tell that this is like arcane sort of illusion magic at work. The rest of you see that that Mysterium's eyes just kind of glaze over a little bit, and he's sort of glancing around as if, or sorry, Mysterium's he him, right? Or they them?
He, him works.
They them, right? He him, yeah. So yeah, you can tell your companions are still there, but they've faded into the background and are sort of out of focus.
Mm-hmm. Does Kai see images of Imre?
No, sorry. You mean like other Polaroids?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There seems to be like a ton. Like, okay. They seem to be the ones that are on the tops of most of these piles of Polaroids.
Seeing that Imre is a part of this and like having been almost attacked by raccoons, I mean, I'm gonna run outside and just like hang out outside with Imre.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then let that whole thing happen just so that if anything happens.
Yeah. So you head out back onto the street. Imre and Danny are just sort of waiting by the bodega on the street corner.
Cute.
So Mysterium, you hear giggling, and two men are in the bedroom, both naked. One is a tall, muscular black guy. Etienne, you've seen a picture of him, sort of stands off to the side, Polaroid camera in hand. The other, the model, is white, slim, androgynous, Imre, obviously, with almost frightening fey-like beauty. Etienne crouches down, leaving nothing to the imagination. As the model gets on all fours and arches his back, Etienne sort of inches his camera closer and says, "Gods, Imre, you look so hot like that." There's a flash, and the memory images fade away, and you're left holding a photo of the model's arched back and ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it seems like some sort of lightly enchanted like photograph, or maybe the camera.
That's interesting. Is that something that people would commonly be able to do?
Not commonly, no. It would definitely, like, normal people wouldn't necessarily, like, enchanting is a very, very difficult process. So people sort of wouldn't enchant frivolous things. A lot of the times it's usually like weapons or like extremely useful things. Like there's a lot of public infrastructure in the city that is genuinely enchanted stuff. But no, most of the time people aren't enchanting like a camera or a picture.
Oh, that was going to be my question. Like, would it most likely be the camera, or would it most likely be Etienne who would be pulling this feed off?
Probably, yeah. Roll me an Arcana check.
10.
10. Yeah,
both the roll and the total.
You would guess that it's probably the camera rather than like Etienne sinking magic. Like, to enchant something even to this amount would take a fair bit of effort. So you're guessing it's probably the camera.
Okay, so he doesn't necessarily have magical powers.
I mean, you'd be fairly certain that he does, especially as a son of one of the gods. Right. Like typically, magic is coursing through their veins. Yeah.
And it doesn't look as though, because Imre said that the last that they saw of Etienne was Sunday. It doesn't look like anyone else has been in the space. Like, no signs of a struggle or...
No, it looks actually... So roll me an investigation check.
Oh, awesome. Critical success.
Critical success.
So my total is still 20, but...
Yeah, absolutely. You get the sense, no, nobody... It doesn't seem like anybody's been in the space since, like, as far as you can tell. There's definitely no sign of a struggle. It just looks like a messy bedroom. In the kitchen, you actually find a couple of plates in the sink and 2 coffee cups on the counter and kitchen table. It's hard to say exactly when, but from the sort of, and I mean, you have a better understanding of this than anyone, from the kind of scuzzy film on the surface, you'd guess it's kind of a couple days old. So certainly like Sunday morning would be probably a good guess. Yeah.
Can I see if there's any devices around, like computers, iPad? I assume there's no iPads, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you poke around. There's a laptop, just kind of sitting beside the bed on a bedside table. Big pile of books. There's like a TV and a game station. We'll call it a game station. That's the name of the brand.
I'm gonna pick up the laptop.
Sure.
And I'm also gonna take some pictures with my phone just around the apartment.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. So Rin picks up the laptop and goes around snapping pictures. Yep. Go.
Are all the photographs of people, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's you find a few here and there that seem like he maybe just took his camera out into the world and just was like taking nice pictures, but you definitely get the sense that he brings a lot of hookups home, and usually he can get them to take their clothes off and take pictures of them.
So I want to look for that camera.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll me an investigation check.
8.
Yeah, so you sort of root around the room. You start to sort of like, the rest of you notice that Cyan is like just kind of going through the room, like knocking piles of books and pictures over, sort of like rifling through shelves and things, knocking some books off. You don't necessarily find, you don't find anything of immediate value.
And there were no safes behind any of the paintings.
Well, roll me an investigation check.
What? I already took the paintings down.
Oh, so sorry, you did already take the paintings.
Yeah. remembering what Cyan did.
Right.
Lucky was like, yes, I remember this.
Sure.
This is what we do when we enter a place and we're searching it.
Yeah. So lucky. While all of this is happening, and while Rin is taking pictures, while Cyan is like tearing the apartment apart, Mysterium is, I guess, probably standing there, maybe posing. I don't know. So Lucky, after sort of searching, and I mean, with your investigation roll, like you rolled really, really well. So Lucky, after checking out the kitchen, starts to take the paintings off the wall very methodically. So there does actually seem to be some sort of latch or compartment closed behind a print of a black and white print of 3, you would guess, drag queens, sort of half in drag.
Let's open it up.
Let's remembering what happened to Rin. Like he's gonna like examine it, I guess, or like put his hand against it to feel the magical vibrate. I don't know. Check for traps.
Roll me an Arcana check.
But I don't have it.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. 2 brings me to a total of 2.
Just seems like a hidden compartment. Nothing weird about that.
Lucky will open it.
Roll me a Constitution savings throw, actually.
Roll of 10 brings me to 13.
13? Okay, so Lucky, you reach down, you start to open the compartment, and it's the same thing. You hear this kind of like high-pitched whining, and you lift your hand away just in time. Literally an arc of electricity from your finger to the latch. It sort of fizzles, and then there's nothing.
Can I also take some time to rummage through the washroom and do a medicine check on myself?
Sure, yourself?
Or
yeah, of course.
I'm like
so this is a thing about 5e. So you could basically sort of like treat it as like taking a short rest if you wanted to. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna lie down in the bed.
Yeah. Just sort of like sit down, chill. Like you can be doing things. Like you could be on your phone. You could be chatting with your friends while
look at the laptop.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It's password protected, so that presents a challenge.
Is there a book of passwords in the safe?
There is not. So you crack the safe open. From the nook behind the magically trapped cabinet, you pull out a small bundle of papers, a bit chaotic and seemingly in no particular order. The plans are kind of like what Imre described. A lot of zoning applications and property analysis. All seems to be under the auspices of the San Cyprian Urban Revitalization Project. Although you can tell that a lot of the plans and forms that are here were written by one hand. Etienne's plans and the notes seem especially obsessed with an old, disused cistern beneath beneath Sunset Heights. I'm just going to turn this music down a little bit. So Sunset Heights, yeah, and a number of the applications seem to be concerned with refurbishing the cistern and turning it into a public amenity, which is kind of odd, as it looks like it was something that was probably built 100 years ago. Mysteriously, ooh, I get to show you something. Mysteriously, there is a huge Xeroxed picture of an ancient royal oak tree, just black and white, like really poorly copied, very overly contrasted, but there is a note scribbled on it in red marker.
What does the note say?
The source is like that's
yeah,
the note.
Literally just says the source ?
And is this the source written in Etienne's hand or
same handwriting? That's right.
Okay.
There's also a small USB drive in the back corner of the nook as you sort of like get the last of the papers out.
Lucky will take the papers and USB drive over to Rin and ask Rin to also take photos of these.
And Imre said that they knew where this tree was, right? Because
That's
it's
right.
been taking them. So I think we gotta go to this tree.
Mm-hmm.
So Kai, outside you see a paladin car pull up to the street corner near the bodega, and two like a paladin and a law mage step out of the car, the squad car, and they seem to be sort of like conferring with one another. They seem to be kind of pointing around the area. They shoot the three of you, like they shoot you a glance, but it's nothing like. There's no law against hanging out on the street corner in front of a bodega. So, yeah, it seems like, and then they start walking towards Etienne's apartment, the block of Etienne's apartment building.
I text everyone and tell them to get out of there. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the USB drive and the computer for sure.
Oh, and in my text I say people might be on their way in, so be sneaky.
Okay, so I guess we'll go out the fire escape again.
Sure. Yeah. Roll me a stealth check, just for funsies. All three of you, or sorry, all four of you. Science there too. I forgot.
I got a 6.
Okay.
Oh no! I got a 9.
I got a 5.
So you all are like you're doing kind of sorry.
19 for Lucky.
19 for Lucky.
Oh my god.
So you're all doing like the three of you are kind of doing a like Pink Panther like doo-doo, doo-doo, and you're like clanging your way down the fire escape as you're being so incredibly stealthy. Lucky, on the other hand, you sort of grab everybody and like stop them. And you're just kind of like, you're making a lot of noise. and so then Lucky goes ahead, stops, peers around the corner of the building. You do see the paladin and the law mage sort of like, they seem to be just sort of wandering in your direction very, very slowly, just kind of like looking around the neighborhood, but they don't seem to see you like peeking your head out around the building. What would you like to do?
Shall we go to the van?
Yeah, I was gonna say make a run for the van.
Yep. Yeah, so the three of you just sort of exit the alleyway. You cross the street. You see that the paladin kind of gives you, like the paladin's eyes follow you, but just seems to sort of shrug it off, and they sort of keep going along. They don't even seem to really stop at Etienne's apartment block. They seem to be kind of just like doing some rounds. I would, however, like for the five of you, actually, all of you, because you're now all out onto the street, to make a perception check. So many boops.
Go for it.
I've got a 12.
I got a 20.
I got
Man.
7.
I got a 3.
Oh my god. Poor
25.
Cyan. Poor Cyan. So, Lucky, Mysterium, and then from the corner where you're sort of waiting with Danny and Imre, Kai as well. You notice that there's an older white man in a dark coat standing directly across the street from the alleyway, like the mouth of the alleyway. Didn't notice him before, Kai, which is weird because you've been standing out there and just chatting with Imre and Danny for a few minutes. Oops, I broke my microphone. He's pale, bald-headed, with a little bit of dark hair around the sides of his head. Looks to be maybe in his 40s or 50s, and his coat is long, coming down to his ankles, almost like a smock. From where you're sort of crossing the street in his direction, he looks bored. And as you start to if you sort of like round around so you're not crossing directly at him, he starts to follow you down the street.
Like following?
Not like he's not like coming up to you to follow, but you anytime the ones who just came out of the apartment building move, he seems to move along sort of like in step with you.
Can I turn around and say, "Hey, what the fuck is your problem?"
And that seems like a good place to take a break.
Oh no!
We're back. As Mysterium turns around and shouts at the strange dark-robed man, Imre, standing beside Kai, Imre starts to panic. He backs up a little bit. Danny looks really concerned, and Imre says, "Kai, I need to get out of here. Something's wrong."
Here, I'll call a car. We're gonna stick around and figure out what this is.
Yeah, and
Can I
so
just ask, do you know who that is?
Imre just shakes his head, and Danny is like literally putting themselves between Imre and the man, and they start to sort of kind of like shepherd Imre away. It's okay, we can handle ourselves, but just be careful. There's something not right.
We will get out of here.
And so the two of them sort of head down the street, just trying to get as far away from this situation as they can. So the man stops. Looks very bored, very indifferent about the whole situation. You sort of start to get the feeling that there's almost a presence. I'm gonna put on some music. My creepy playlist.
Oh.
You get the sense that there's almost a presence. The streets about 60 feet out have darkened. There's a sort of churning and scraping underfoot, as if something was scratching just below the surface of the cement under the pavement.
Oh no.
You see that his long coat is actually more like robes, loosely draped, almost ministerly. Closer up, the man he's kind of hard to place. He could be 40, he could be 70, he could be handsome or ugly. It's a strange sensation, almost as if your mind is trying to let his like the details of his face fade into the background. And he just stops and says, "You lot don't look like much. What's your interest in the Star Boy?"
In the Star Boy?
The 12.
We're just friends trying to.
Sorry, we're good. Gotham just knocked something over. We're good.
Dog emergency or cat emergency?
Dog emergency.
Dog emergency.
Watching the two of you just spring up with
Mikey, can I roll a history check on this guy? See if I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry,
I'm going to try to persuade him, though, that we are just friends.
Sure. Yeah.
And we were supposed to hang out today, so we're like, you didn't make it to brunch.
Roll me a persuasion. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, 23.
So, So we'll start with Mysterium. Mysterium, you try to focus on him just to see if you can actually kind of you try to hold the image of his face in your mind's eye, and it just sort of shifts weirdly. It's like you can't even really commit his face to your memory. So you're not able to you can't really get anything because it's almost hard to focus on him. And there is definitely something it feels wrong. It feels like something is just really off. So you say that you're just friends and that you were going to hang out today. You were trying to come and see him. And he just sort of nods his head. And he says, well, if that's the case, let's see what you've got. Just a little bit of fun. He stands in the middle of the road as sharp little claws crack through the pavement.
Oh.
Wow.
Sorry.
What happened?
Robin just wrote down, is it 3 raccoons in a trench coat?
No, I wish. That would be so good, though. We'll get to the 3 raccoons in a trench coat eventually. So, not 3 raccoons in a trench coat. He stands in the middle of the road as sharp little claws crack through the pavement, digging a little hole out as large rats pour out of a couple of holes in the pavement.
Oh, it's rats in a trench coat. Okay.
As they clear the surface, their spines elongate and their hair falls away, and awful little winged devils with barbed scorpion tails take their place, patchy colors of charcoal and the color of embers with hateful little burning eyes peering out of a ridged skull. And I would like everybody to roll me initiative. Tell me what you got.
I've got a 9.
9 for Kai?
Yep.
Great.
I got 14.
14 for, was that?
Rin.
Rin, gotcha. Thank you.
I got 11.
11 for Cyan.
I got 17.
17. And Lucky?
16 for Lucky.
16 for Lucky. I will roll for our friends here in the middle of the road. Everybody can see the combat map okay? Map okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Okay, so Mysterium, you get to act first. What would you like to do?
Oh my goodness. 1 second. I'm just checking over what I have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I can do to check. I can move. I can do an action.
Take an action. Yeah.
Okay. And how far can I move?
So you as just a normal humanoid can move up to 30 feet. So the squares are 5 by 5. So you can move 6 of those squares.
6 feet. Okay. I'm gonna move. Oh, shit. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna move up to this weird old man.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no. Maybe I'll stay at 5 because I don't really want to get between him and a giant rat. And I am going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna go right for the jugular.
So I believe that's just a regular. It's like an attack roll, basically a magic attack roll, right?
Yeah.
So roll me a d20, and you are going to add. Oops. What did you get?
I got 18 on the d20.
Perfect. Yeah, so it's basically a melee attack against a creature you can reach. So what did you? Sorry, you got a 20?
An 18.
An 18. An 18 is a hit, so roll damage.
And how do I do that?
Oh, so sorry. Damage for inflict wounds is 3d10. So if you go on the macro on the side, or you just type in roll 3d10. There you go.
Oh, 10.
10 damage. Perfect. Yeah. So you all watch as Mysterium runs forward, holds out his hands, and it's almost like little knives are kind of cutting away at the man's robes, his skin, but you don't actually see the knives at all. Let me just see. Non-magic. Okay, yeah. So because this is a magical attack, he is going to take full damage. So he takes 10 damage. So that is great. Did you want to do anything else, Mysterium?
What else can I do? Object
that's about it. You could use up the rest of your movement if you wanted. Although if you move out of melee range from somebody, you would possibly risk an attack of opportunity. So.
Right. Can I just pull my dagger? So
yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. That'd be like your free object interaction. So yeah, you pull your dagger out. And he smiles. Funny enough, you two had the exact same initiative, and so this is just great for him. And so, Mysterium, you watch as his face sort of shifts and cracks a little bit, and this almost like an appendage kind of shoots out of his skin. It's kind of like a barbed, fleshy appendage that's a little bit kind of off gray or green. And he is going to try to attack you with this beardy appendage. The first roll is a 16. What is your armor class?
My armor class is 10.
10. Okay, so that's a hit.
Yes.
And he actually gets to. And so then another one cracks through his skin and makes another attack at you. He gets to take 2 attacks. He rolled a natural 20, so that is a crit hit.
Oh no!
I should not have gone so hard.
Okay, plus 6. So 12 damage in total.
Oh God. Okay, so that I take away from my hit points. All right, I'm at 4.
Okay, so Mysterium is not looking good. Just like bam, bam, just 2 knocks across the face.
If anyone has healing.
Mysterium is kind of staggered and not looking good. Down to Lucky.
So seeing the mini beatdown that Mysterium just took, Lucky actually, like, you've never seen Lucky angry, but Lucky actually looks like pissed, and the little tracks of microbial or fungal growth along Lucky's body start to glow, and you actually see these little bits of light kind of floating around Lucky now as Lucky engages their symbiotic entity.
Ooh.
So that will be, sorry, I just need to put some temporary hit points in there.
Oh, I love Spore Druids so much.
And I, okay, that is an action. Okay, cool. So that's kicked in. Lucky will step forward and cast Healing Word.
Healing Word is a bonus action.
Because that's a bonus action.
Yep.
Yeah. So Mysterium will be healed for 5 hit points.
I mean, better than none.
Better than nothing. Thank you so much.
Anything else, Lucky?
I can't take my reaction during my turn, can I?
No, reaction is like a conditional on something happening, yeah.
Cool. That's it.
Okay.
I'm done.
Down to Rin. And Rin, you're currently in the form of a kind of like swarthy fancy gentleman, right?
Oh yeah, with a goatee and
with
everything.
A beautiful goatee.
Talking is a free action, right?
Talking is a free action, yeah.
Okay. I am going to ask this gentleman, who are you? Why are you doing this?
Yep.
Can I roll persuasion to try to convince him to tell me?
No, you don't need to. You need to roll persuasion. Like it's just you're just like having conversation. So he will answer on his next turn.
Okay. Well, with that, I guess I'm gonna have to attack to protect my friends. So these little fuckers, do they look dangerous?
They don't. No, they're actually. So, despite the fact that they're taking up the space of a medium creature, these are actually small creatures. I don't actually know how to make small creatures on Roll20 maps. So they're actually quite small. They basically just kind of look like little kind of like hairless winged monkeys with a big scorpion tail and kind of like very, very like spiky ridged heads. They don't look particularly tough, but there are 4 of them. So.
Okay. He hasn't directly attacked any of us, right?
Oh no, he's directly attacked. He's very much directly attacked Mysterium.
Oh, true. Fuck.
unless Mysterium doesn't count in your book.
Okay, well then I'll attack him. So I'm gonna move forward.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I thought the little devils did that. Never mind. Move forward, and I'm going to attack with my rapier +1. Mysterian is within 5 feet of him.
Correct. That's right.
So I also get to roll an extra D6 sneak attack.
That's if you hit. What was your total on that? Was it just a 10?
That's how it's showing up. I don't know. I still don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking at the roll. So yeah, it's 5 + 2 + 1 + 2, which makes sense. So yeah, it was a 10. So you leap forward, and he just sort of like leans out of the way, and your sword goes through, but it just manages to hit like the cloth of his coat and tear at that. So you don't land that hit. Anything else? And sorry, can you move your character to where you want them to be on this?
Well, I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage.
Sure. Okay. Perfect.
So I'm going to go right back there.
Yeah, absolutely. So Rin just runs forward, tries to stab, disengages, runs away.
Oh, I actually can't move my character.
Oh, sorry. I thought that I'd given everybody.
I can move Kai though.
Not super helpful. So I probably mixed all y'all up. So I'm going to make sure that Kai is not. Yep, mixed you 2 up. Go me. Okay, so there. Now everybody should have control and stuff. Okay, so that's it for Rin. Cyan, what would you like to do?
Okay, so I think I'm gonna start by picking up my great axe.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good first step in battle. Then I'm gonna go towards the weird little creature that's to not that one, the other one, the left,
the
other one.
oh, sorry. The initiative was covering up this little bastard. So.
Yeah. I also almost missed it, but just taking things one step at a time. So yeah, I'm gonna run towards that creature and attack it.
Great. Roll to hit.
How do I do that again?
So you're gonna roll a d20, and you're going to add the attack, which will be your proficiency, so 2 plus your strength modifier.
Do I have that already there? I feel like that.
So it's going to be a d20 plus 4 for you.
Okay. Nah. Did I do that fine? Did I fuck it up? I fucked it up. Okay. That's 13.
13 to hit against them. 13 is actually a hit. So now you're going to roll damage. For a great axe, it is, let's see here. 5th edition great axe is a d12. So you're going to roll 1d12 and add your strength modifier to that.
0.
You're also more than welcome to roll like real actual die. I'm not like, I believe that people will tell me actual rolls, so.
I'm gonna use my inspiration die on this one.
So you're hitting. So you can't use an inspiration die on damage, but you can use it on your next attack, absolutely. But you've hit, like you've connected with your great axe. So
Cute.
you just need to roll damage.
So yeah, you rolled a 3.
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3. 3 total or 3 plus your strength modifier?
My strength modifier happens to be 0. It's very convenient.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, so you all watch as Cyan, can you move yourself wherever you want to be on the map near the little bastard that you're attacking?
Yeah.
Hopefully you should have access to yours. Perfect. Great. Yep. So you all watch as Cyan runs forward, just a swing of their axe, cleaves into the little creature that just sort of chitters and screeches. Anything else on your turn?
Yes, I'm gonna disengage and.
So you can't disengage because you already attacked. Disengage would take up your full action. Yeah.
Okay, I'm still gonna run back away from that one.
It will get an attack of opportunity though. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think
okay,
so.
Perfect. Great. Love that. So that is a 17 to hit. Does that hit? What's your armor class?
Oh.
Should be beside your initiative on your character sheet.
Wait, journal to spirit. Okay. No, I found it. It's 12.
12. Okay, so it hits. So you take 6 piercing damage as just these tiny little claws get into you. And I would like for you to roll me a Constitution savings throw.
That's a 14.
14. Okay. So you managed to make it. So you also where the creature kind of slashed across you, you kind of feel just this like horrible stinging sensation, almost as if you have an infected wound.
6 away from that.
So you end up taking 5 more poison damage as well.
Holy shit. Wow.
You can't kill us yet.
And Kai is up next.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cast Sleep on this person. I think I'm gonna I'm gonna stay where I am because my range is 90 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And my the saving it's a 12. And I believe it's a charisma save.
Okay, perfect. So I think how what's the range of sleep? Anything
90 feet.
All sends a creature in magical slumber. So you're actually gonna roll 5d8. That's the amount of hit points of creatures that the spell can affect.
Awesome. Okay, this is gonna take a minute.
That's
I'm
okay.
gonna roll them. So I'm rolling 5 of them. So I have 3 plus 5.
8.
Plus.
See, people get to watch a show and they get to learn math at the same time.
Plus 6 plus 8.
Okay.
Which I like, and then I'm gonna roll one more. That's a 1.
So 17 total?
If you've done the math and you say 17, I'll take it.
I didn't do the math.
Oh, great.
Yeah. You got 8 first. What were your 2 rolls second?
6 and 8.
Oh, okay. So you have a lot higher than that. 8, 6 and 8, 17, 23 damage. So.
23 damage.
So.
I also have to roll my chaotic magic surge.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, I got a 20. I'm fine.
Okay, you're fine. Great.
So what a place to waste a nat 20.
Yeah.
On my 1.
So you all watch as Kai holds his hand out and magic just starts to sort of seep into the area. It feels almost like a warm bath. You can all kind of feel it washing over you, but it's obviously not affecting you. What's the point that you want to focus the spell on? Like, what's the point that you fix? Are you just going to put it on the guy?
I'm gonna go. Actually, what I'm gonna do is because this is where why I keep my eye patch on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take off my eye patch, look this man directly in the eye, and let him know that it's time to go to sleep.
All right. So you watch as the man doesn't seem to be affected at all, but the 2 little creatures on either side of him, they sort of seem to start to twitch. And are kind of like just sort of slowly sagging down, and they fall asleep. So let's see here. Starting with the creature, lowest. Yeah, so basically the way that your spell works is it starts with the creature with the lowest current hit points, and then it sort of moves up further and further. So it's sort of like, obviously the weaker things are going to fall asleep first, but TBH, even if he was the weakest creature, he probably wouldn't have been affected. So this little guy here, just want to find a like little snoozy. Wonder if there's a little snoozy symbol. It's kind of a snoozy symbol. These are the symbols to show that they're asleep. And so all of you would know basically like some target creature. Yeah. So basically these two are asleep until they take damage or until they're able to wake up by some other means, like if the spell ends. And the spell lasts for a minute. So
I want to shout out one thing, which is, did anyone get a chance to learn healing? Because I know I didn't even get the opportunity.
Okay, it is the imp's turns. So
I'm not a magic caster, I'm sorry.
The one that so two of them are going to swarm. I guess the two of them that are still awake are going to swarm at Cyan, and they are going to both attack. I rolled really well last time. I'm gonna roll my not evil die because I got a couple evil die. They're die that always seem to just do the best that they can. So good for them.
Hi viewers, this is when I die.
So remind me of your AC. The total of your
Cyan
AC.
enters.
What is your armor class?
Armor
I'm-
class.
I'm-
12. Okay. So both actually miss. So lucky this time. So they just sort of scamper and flap up. Both of their
Just run
tails.
away.
Both of their tails kind of like come up and try to like swipe at you to barb you. But you're able to sort of duck and dodge out of the way. Heat of battle. So that is the end of because I don't think they get any kind of savings throw. Against the sleep. Like I think they're just asleep for a minute, like until the spell ends or they take damage. They're done. And so the man is he's just going to smile looking directly at Kai and say, my interest is strictly professional. He turns on his heel and sort of his cloak just sort of flaps and kind of encompasses him, kind of wraps around him, and he disappears. But
you better run.
The imps are still there. So we are down to Mysterium. It is your turn.
Okay, I mean, thank God. I was trying to figure out how I would get away from this guy, and now he's gone, so that's chill. I'm gonna book it over to these weird imp things that are attacking Cyan. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, so I'm right next to that one. And I am going to cast I am going to cast 1 second, one of 2 things. Burning hands.
Burning hands.
Burning hands.
Yeah, so if you actually angle it right, like if you step over here and angle it right, you could actually get both of the imps in it. So I have a character that uses burning hands literally all the time. So.
Wait, if I stepped over where?
To the square right here. So you sort of like angle it at a diagonal so you don't get Cyan in your burning
I can't
hands.
see where you are saying.
Oh, am I not pinging? Am I pinging? I'm not pinging?
No.
Basically the square directly below you.
Boop. Oh, and straight up the diagonal. Cute. All right.
Straight up the diagonal.
Love it. Okay, I'm gonna cast that burning hands.
Alex, keep an eye on the waiting room because I think Robbie had to restart. Burning hands I think is a dexterity savings throw. Is that right?
That is what. Yes.
Perfect.
3d6.
So, is it dexterity savings throw? They take half damage if they succeed, right?
The creature takes 3d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful
So
one.
they both succeed. They're very small. They're very quick. They do have really high they have high dexterity. They're very very small and fast. So roll damage and we'll have it.
All right. I am rolling damage. Where? How do I do that again? I know you just told me how to do this.
Just do you can macro it in 3d6, roll 3d6. Yep.
Right, I'm the one who does that. Wow, D&D's beautiful. 12.
12. Okay, so this one, the one that originally attacked Cyan, goes down. It just sort of screeches and sort of is writhing in the air. Its wings are flapping, trying to get away. It just crumbles to ash. Why is it not? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That is why. So that one is very, very extremely dead. The other one is very. You said 6 damage total. Oh, no, sorry, 12 damage, and then halved is 6. Very good. So the other one is not looking good at all.
Okay.
I think that Robbie back? No, it doesn't look like it. They're having technical difficulties, so we will act as if Lucky is holding an action, and we will skip over to Rin for now.
Okay. So the 2 beasties on my right are asleep.
That's right.
Do they look like they're gonna wake up?
So you would have like a general idea, especially if you knew Kai. They will wake up if the spell ends, which the spell lasts a minute, or if they're attacked.
Okay.
Or if Kai like dismisses the spell.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here. I'm going to stab this one. Let me get my thing out. I will stab you. 17 hits. 17 does indeed hit. 14.
Yeah, you can roll sneak attack damage if you would like. Oh, sorry. I think you roll.
Oh no, that's wrong.
Yeah. I was gonna say 14.
4 damage.
4 damage, and then you will get sneak attack because Mysterium is within 5 feet as well. So an extra d6. Perfect. Yeah. So Rin just walks up, like rapier in hand, just does I used to do fencing, but now I can't remember what it's called. Extends, just pierces through the imp, and it just screeches and just crumbles into ashes. Falls at your feet, very, very dead, a pile of ash. So at the moment, there's nothing attacking you directly. The two other imps are asleep on the ground. It is Cyan's turn.
Can we just drive away?
You could absolutely. Oh,
yeah.
So Lucky, it is your turn. I just said we would act as if you had readied an action. So.
Great. Sorry about that.
That's okay,
folks. Sorry, I just need to see the state of things. Oh, good. 2 of them are dead.
2 of them are dead, and the other 2 are asleep on the ground.
Cool. Lucky is going to cast Shillelagh on their baseball bat and go up to this one and smack it. Because it looks evil and needs to not be alive anymore.
I mean, all of you know, like without even really needing to confirm it, these are little devils. Like these are devils from hell, or some approximation of hell.
Jesus.
Lucky's seen plenty in the sewers, knows what to do with them. You'll put them down. So Shillelagh is +5. 10.
10 is a miss. But sorry, he's asleep and prone, so you'll be rolling at advantage.
Oh, right. Hooray. 14.
14 is a hit.
So it will take 7 magical. And how much does it take when I hit things? Another d6 necrotic.
Ooh.
Oh, 1 necrotic.
1 necrotic? Just trying to see. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so it is not looking good. It's just sort of like part of its skin is kind of like festering from the necrotic damage. You all watch as it's almost like the glowing spores on like that sort of like flying around Lucky. They seem to kind of attack this creature, almost like antibodies attacking a virus. And
and first like free interaction, like he's like, we can't leave these things. These things are bad.
And so its skin is just festering in one place, and it's awake, very, very pissed off, but not looking very good at all. We are down to Cyan. What would you like to do? Oops.
Run to the truck if possible.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. The truck is not too far away, so if you wanted to, you could basically move your full, like you could use your dash action to book it out of there, basically.
Sounds great. I'm not sure where about on the map.
Wait, you can just I can make you disappear, basically. Like you use dash to spend your entire action moving, so it doubles your movement. You can basically get yourself off of the map very, very easily.
I love that.
Okay, done.
Do you want to use your action surge and then also roll, because you can take 2 actions?
No.
Oh yeah, you could take 2 actions.
As a barbarian, you have an action surge, which means once through combat you can take 2 actions, and then you can roll to your healing die.
Oh, okay. That's a great plan.
Awesome. So you can roll 1d10 for healing.
Is that second wind?
Second wind, yeah.
Are you a fighter or are you a barbarian?
You're
barbarian.
Oh, okay.
That was a 3.
Very good. So you heal 3 damage. So you just like Cyan is just booking it out of there, and you just sort of watch as they're kind of just like trying to kind of staunch this horrible festering wound. So that's great. Down to Kai. What would you like to do?
I guess if we're fighting these last 2, which one looks the most hurt?
I mean, this one looks like it's barely like keeping itself together. So
great. All right. I should probably be able to stay where I am, because my ice spikes is. Let me just double check how many feet away it is. It is, my ice knife is 60 feet, so I should be fine, right?
Yep.
All right, so that is a saving throw of 12. Okay. Again, I believe it's charisma, and then I get 1d10 plus 4.
Knife. Perfect. Ranged spell. Oh, so sorry, you're actually making a ranged spell attack.
Yes.
So it was a 12 total?
Oh, sorry, I have to roll for that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like you're throwing a knife, basically.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot I rolled for that.
That's okay.
That is a 2.
2 is a miss, unfortunately. So this is gonna be one of those situations.
I still have to roll for my chaotic magic surge.
Right, of course.
17.
17. You're okay?
Yep.
Perfect. I should actually reread the chaotic magic because I want to know things. Okay. So we are down to the imp's turns. So the imp is just like furiously snarling at you, Lucky.
So the imp that is awake, that is beginning its turn. Lucky will like freak out a bit as it starts to snarl, and then the little motes that are floating in the air kind of flash around the imp, and it will take Halo of Spores damage.
Ooh.
It will take 4 necrotic damage.
And you just watch it. It's snarling, and its face just sort of crumples away into ash as the spores are just attacking it, like just tearing it to pieces. So that is very
deadly. And he will just like, and then like turn to the other one.
Yeah, and the other one is still just like twitching, like tossing and turning. Because I don't think sleep isn't a concentration check. It just happens and then it's done. So okay, we're back up to the top of initiative with Mysterium.
Eek. Okay, we got 3 down. We want to try to crush this last one, I guess so. I'll run over.
Lucky seems very adamant about crushing them.
And I mean, I always want to support Lucky. So I'll run over here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right beside this last bad boy. And I'm going to cast, because I really don't have much else. Oh, no, wait. Maybe, hold up. What does this one do? Oh, hell yeah. I'll do Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost. I think that might actually be. Is that ranged? Because you don't necessarily have to run right up to it if that's the
Just
case.
as ranged. It is.
Ranged.
Ranged.
Yeah. So you could be a little bit further away. You don't need to run right up to it. So.
Boop, boop. All right, I'll be back
Yeah,
here.
it's 60 feet, so like you could fucking run down the street and gas it. But yeah.
Okay, sick.
Perfect. Roll me an attack roll.
Attack.
Ranged spell attack.
Ranged spell attack.
So you're going to roll a d20 and add your spell attack modifier, which will be your proficiency plus your, for a wizard, it would be intelligence modifier.
Okay, plus my, oof, I got a 2
Okay.
for my d20, so plus my intelligence modifier, my intelligence modifier is 4, so it is 6.
6 total. So you all watch as Mysterium strikes a dramatic pose and throws his hand out, and this ray of ice goes shooting past the imp and slams into a building and just freezes the side of the building. It's like winter hit in this one extremely localized place. It's very stylish.
At least there's that. I have that going for me.
Anything else, Mysterium?
No.
I'm
Lucky.
gonna smack it.
Smack it.
I'm gonna roll an inspiration die.
Hey, good time to use it.
Shit. Forgot about that.
21 that time.
21 is a hit.
Oh, good. It's gonna take 5 magical damage, and it's gonna take another 1 necrotic damage.
Okay, all right. That necrotic damage. And so now that imp is very much awake and also extremely pissed off. Anything else?
How far away is Cyan?
Cyan is probably like, we'll say 60 feet away from where you're at. They're just kind of like making their way towards the van.
Can we say they're 59 feet away?
Sure, why not?
Great. Do they, Cyan, do you still look rough?
How many hit points do you have?
You're not allowed to say. Tabletop. How bad do you look right now, Cyan?
Does anyone still look like they need help?
Probably I need help, yeah.
Okay. Cyan probably needs help.
Then Cyan will gain 7 hit points.
And so
Great.
on that side of it, Cyan, you just notice these little fungal motes that just seem to be floating around, especially your wounds, and you're kind of like, ugh. But then as soon as they land on your wounds, your like cuts and things start to kind of stitch up a little bit. Healing spores. That's it for you, Lucky?
Yeah. Next.
Okay. Rin.
I'm gonna go stab the tiny thing.
All right. These things have not gotten any good attacks on you. I'm so sad, except for Cyan, who almost got killed.
I'm so sad. Excuse me.
Always there for that.
You're a mean lord. 20.
20 is a hit. I don't think there's any way you cannot kill this thing, but you could prove me wrong.
I am great at that. 6.
Okay, and
Should I
same thing.
bother rolling my extra attack?
Let's do it. Let's do it just for funsies, because you do get sneak attack, so might as well roll it.
2.
Oh yeah, and it's just like straight through its burning little eye socket, and it just same thing. It just crumbles to ashes, and we are out of combat.
Fuck yeah.
Yay, dead.
Okay, I'm gonna switch the screen over to a more neutral tree. So yeah. So now you can hear. Okay, so actually, what happens? So as the imp sort of crumbles to ashes, and you're all just standing there, just catching your breath. Further down the street, you see people crying and rushing out onto the street as a high-pitched ringing alarm chimes from the building you were in. You see the law mage and the paladin who are down the street, who seem to be sort of rushing towards whatever is happening to try to help the people. Smoke is billowing out of the roof and the windows as fire consumes the third floor and begins making its way down the building and licks at nearby buildings as Etienne's apartment goes up in flames.
It's a good thing we took some of that stuff out.
Go for real. Good thing you snagged that laptop. That's messed
The laptop, the memory drive, USB
Yep,
key.
the USB key, yep.
And we also have the folder.
That's right. Yep, all of the like the big stack of plans. Lucky has that one.
Sweet.
None of you did that? I wasn't there. So like none of you set this place on fire?
It's actually a very valid question.
I know it's my style, but I swear it was.
And yeah, at that point you can hear like sirens in the distance, like fire trucks that are getting closer.
I'm just gonna say I think we should talk about this later.
Get the fuck out of here.
And
Yeah,
it's fairly late at this point, like it probably closer to 11 at this point, so it is getting quite late.
Not for Kai.
Not for Kai. Well, yeah, not for Kai. Kai's like, this is lunch.
This is about the time I would have lunch. Out of character.
That we go to Madame
J.
Madame J.
Yeah. We're gonna go see her and see if she can help us break into this laptop because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you all pile into the van like you.
Wait, did it have one of those features where like you try to put a password and then it like your hint is this thing?
No. But I guess I should do yes and that's the whole D&D thing. Yes, and the hint is your favorite vacation.
Okay. That seems like information we can
want to text Emery.
Yeah,
text
I'm gonna call Imre.
Yeah. And so he answers, "Oh my God, are you folks okay?"
Yeah, it was really weird. I'm not gonna tell you the details because like I don't want you to get caught up in this. But did Etienne ever mention a favorite vacation spot?
Let's roll for Imre. I roll to Imre. No, I mean, we only met a few months ago. I mean, I know a lot about him, but
any place that he like went a lot or like really wanted to go to?
Other than the bathhouse?
Type in bathhouse. Does bathhouse work?
No.
Damn it.
Was there anywhere that he took you or said he wanted to take you?
The last place, yeah, you're like holding your phone. Speakerphone. I love modern D&D. I just think it's so cute. So yeah, he's like, I mean, we went to the place where the big tree was.
But we don't know what the tree is called.
No.
All right. Well, thank you. Anything else that we need to ask?
Oh, did Imre make it okay? Did a scary man attack him with scary ash things?
No.
Good.
Excellent.
Good. Are you okay if we contact you if we have questions and stuff?
Of course. I'll honestly do anything if it means finding Etienne safe.
Thank you. Okay.
People really do fall in love with Etienne, eh?
Yeah.
I say that while I'm
yeah. Imre laughs on the other end and is like, I really hope you get to meet him because he's actually a really sweet guy.
Silence.
So, yeah. And he's like, hello? Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thanks, bye. Perhaps Tessa would know. Like Lucky is yelling. I guess they're like driving to Madame J's and making these calls. Yeah. Lucky's calling this over their shoulder.
Yeah, do you have her phone number?
Yeah, she gave it to us.
Sorry, Tessa? Yeah, she did actually give it to you.
Let's call her.
It is 11 o'clock at night. I mean, again, I'm not saying that necessarily means people are going to be fast asleep or anything, but
let's see if we have
her.
Let's see if Madame can do anything, and then we can maybe bug Tessa.
Good call.
So you drive on over. I mean, it's not too far. Just a matter of like taking the right streets. You drive over to the old Veterans Hall. It's in complete darkness.
Right.
Perhaps it is past the child's bedtime.
Out of character, perhaps it is past all of our bedtime.
It is. We are getting
because
to that
we
point.
are at the time.
Woo! Oh wait, so yeah. That's actually a great. Perhaps it is past the child's bedtime. Pause. Dramatic pause.
I can't wait to edit.
Or maybe they're dead. Oh my god.
Dun dun dun.
Oh my
At
god.
least they're not on fire.